Hey guys, it's Emma and I'm back today for you with another video, and today we are doing episode 5 of recommending books based on the Bella Sara cards that I pull. We are in episode 5, y'all. 5. Oh my gosh. So, if you guys are new to my channel, first of all, hi, how are you? You should totally subscribe. This is a series that I do where I take my Bella Sara cards, my deck of Bella Sara cards, and I pick 3 and then recommend you guys books based on those 3 cards. I will link all of the episodes up here, like in a playlist, so you guys can go check those out. Before we actually start, I would really appreciate it if you guys would go down to the description box and look at all the links that I have there for you guys pertaining to stuff going on in the world right now. For example, the genocide going on in Gaza, the war going on in Sudan, and the slavery going on in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, amongst other things. Okay, so those links will be down there for you guys to look at, to interact with, to share. And then down in the comments, let me know whether or not you guys are fans of Bella Sara, whether you collected cards when they were still making them, and whether or not you think the cards were good choices, whether or not you think the books that I recommend were good choices, everything of the sort, right? So without any further ado, let's just get right on into it. We're just going to spread the deck out like that. I can feel the hand cramp coming on already. We're gonna pick you. We're gonna pick you. And I'm gonna pick somebody from the front. We'll pick you. These 3 that I have right here, we got 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna go with 1. And the card that we have, everybody, is Pegasus. Yes! I already know what book I want to recommend to everybody based on Pegasus card. Anyway, this is like one of my favorite cards, like ever. I love the art for this one, all right? It's just so beautiful. I love this card. Anyway, I already know what book I want to recommend y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I haven't been able to talk. I haven't talked about these books in years. All right, that's how old these books are for me. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys, based on Pegasus's card, I would like to recommend to you Pegasus, The Flame of Olympus by Kate O'Hearn. This is about Emily, whose roof is the one that Pegasus crash lands on, and she is swept up into this raging war between the Roman gods and these creatures called Nereids, or Nereids. I never actually knew how to pronounce their names, but she has to team up with a thief, a regular human just like herself, and the goddess Diana in order to get Pegasus back to Olympus and to save Olympus from itself. I loved this whole series. This series is like one of my favorite series of all time. Like, I love the first book, the second book, the third book, and the 4th book. Okay, like, these books I can confidently say are my childhood. I read these so fervently in middle school. Like, I clutched these so close to my heart. Like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I obviously want to recommend this book based on Pegasus's card because it's Pegasus. It's winged horses. It's literally the name. Okay, so I'm just so happy that I could recommend this book. Okay, like I said, I haven't talked about any of these books in years, and these just have such a special place in my heart. That one was just so nostalgic. I love it. Okay. Now the other 2 that we have, let's just go with the one in the back. All right. Now this one that we have, everybody, is Walter. Walter's quote is, "I love your company. Let's have a good time together." And he's, you know, just on a hill. Just on a little hill. This one's going to be a little difficult because this picture's just a little vague. I'm thinking either an author whose name is Walter, or like something on a hill. I don't know. This one might be a little tough. It really is the day of the series, y'all. Okay, so the book that I want to recommend to everybody based on Walter's card is the Wings of Fire series by Sutherland. This is about 5 Dragonets who are destined to essentially end this years-long war between these 3 sister dragons who are all vying for control and queendom over the Sandwing Queendom. And there are tons of different dragon types in this land that are all aligned with one another. Basically, based on which sister they want to win the throne, which sister they think would be the better ruler. And these 5 Dragonets that we follow are destined to be the ones to decide who gets to wear the Sandwing crown, essentially. I not only have the first book, but I have the first 10. Okay, this series was another one that I gobbled up. All right, meat, skin, bones, all of it in middle school. I loved this series. I would confidently say that the second book is my favorite. All right, where we learn more about like the sea wings and just, oh my gosh, I just loved these books. I think they're so creative. They're so much fun. And the reason why I want to recommend, especially the first book based on Walter's card, is because even though Walter's on a hill, the 5 Dragonets are raised under a mountain. And so that's the first connection, even though it's kind of a weak one, but what are you gonna do? Walter's quote is, "I love your company and let's have a good time together." The Dragonets were all born together, they were all raised together, and so they're all friends. They are all so close with one another, and they're really all just trying to like stay together and get this prophecy and destiny over with as quickly as possible so they can just stay together. Like, this whole destiny is not really something that they want to happen because they know that it's such a big responsibility and none of them truly believe that they are up to the challenge. It's so much fun. It's so much of an adventure. It's so creative. Just the plot gets so thick, all right, if you can tell by the thick stack of these books. All right, there's more. I just kind of stopped reading after book 10 because I think that was a good end in the series for me. But nevertheless, I wholeheartedly recommend Wings of Fire with Walter's card, okay? Oh my gosh. Brother. Okay, and the last card that we have, everybody, is Freya. Close your eyes and hear the sound around you. All right, so she's Pinto. She's in a meadow, it looks like, with a rainbow in the back. And also probably some mountains with ice. Interesting. There's a lot that we could work with here. And then it also says on the wiki that in Norse mythology, Freya is a goddess associated with war, death, love, beauty, fertility, and gold. She rides a chariot pulled by 2 cats, is accompanied by a bear, and possesses a cloak of falcon feathers. There's so much. Goddess, bear, ice, cats. The book that I would like to recommend based on Freya's card is If Cats Disappeared from the World by Genki Kawamura. This is about a man who is diagnosed with terminal cancer, and the devil essentially comes up to him and is like, "Hey, so I know you're about to die. How about I give you a day for every object that you choose to make disappear?" And so the dude is like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so he chooses a few things to make disappear until the devil is like, "Okay, well here, how about we make cats disappear? How about that?" The main character has a cat. So his whole dilemma now, essentially, and honestly throughout the whole book, is what exactly makes life livable? And what does it mean to live? Not just to survive, but to live. And there's also like a whole subplot of grief and learning how to deal with grief because his mother also died from terminal cancer. His estrangement with his father. There's just a lot of really deep things that are talked about in this book. I would like to recommend If Cats Disappear from the World based on Freya's card because Freya, like we read, is a Norse goddess whose chariot is pulled by cats. All right, so I feel like if cats disappeared from the world, Freya would have a fit because what steeds would she use now? You know what I mean? This book isn't the best technically. Like, I personally believe that this book has a lot of writing issues. However, the ending of it hit me like a truck. Okay, so I gotta give it credit. I think it's a very interesting book with a very interesting premise. And it's very short, and I think that it deals with the grief aspect particularly very, very well. So there we go. Those were the 3 cards that we picked this episode. And these, well, you know, it's a little bit excessive, but these are all the books.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
That I recommend. Oh God. Everything's falling apart. Mayday. Mayday. They're taking my ring with them. Oh, okay. You get the point. I'm out of breath. You get the point. Okay, I almost just died. I just averted death. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you will continue to look out for more stuff, including more episodes of this series on my channel. I hope that you are staying safe, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.